Well, folks, here I am, waiting for some deliveries for DoorDash. It's my second day. It's trying to see if it's going to pay the bills or not. It's not really what I want to be doing, but I'm grateful for something. And, yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes. Still got my eyes open for other jobs, and yeah. You might say that this is the lowest point of my life. I don't know, I might have been at lower points, but financially and relationally and in many other ways, this is a very low point, but God likes to come through for people in times like this. Unfortunately. I guess I should say fortunately, but it's, I don't know, I kind of get tired of the, Jesus being my superhero coming in at the last second all the time. It's kind of stressful to have to, the faith thing, it's what we got, and I'm grateful for Jesus, but goodness sakes, man, this journey gets a little old. But like I say, I'm glad to be alive, and who knows what's gonna happen next. It's all gonna be alright. So anyway, let me switch over really quick and see what's going on with DoorDash. No deliveries in my area. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. You've got the answers. Not sure I can live off of $4.75 every day, but it's money coming in instead of out, at least. Yeah, this video blog YouTube thing is pretty new for me. I never thought I'd be doing something like this, but I guess I got pretty inspired by guys like Fuzzy Dice Projects talking about stories, and I remember watching the videos of his red Camaro he got from his neighbor, and he kept on kind of tying it in with his dad, and he didn't quite say what happened there, but it sounded like his dad had passed away, and the car was kind of sentimental to him to remind him of his dad. And so anyway, I'm sitting in my truck, which is sentimental for me because it was given to me by someone who said that God told him to give it to me. So in some ways this truck reminds me of my Father in heaven. So been on some adventures in this truck, from Arizona to California, back to Iowa. Not exactly the best vehicle to be delivering things in. I can get about 12 miles per gallon, but by faith I'm believing that God is coming through, and this is better than nothing. So don't really know what to say right now. I don't want to complain. Anyone who's ever said it's easy being a Christian probably isn't a real Christian. Because being a Christian is not easy. I'll say my life has gotten better since I became a Christian 10 years ago, but it's not gotten easier. It's gotten definitely harder. I will say it's gotten better, in certain ways. It's kind of one of those things. It's like the flu or something. It gets worse before it gets better. Just got to hang in there, and then things start getting better. And I guess I have to remember that it's not all about me, and Jesus didn't exactly call us to comfortable lives or our lives at all. He called us to His life, bringing His kingdom. And I don't really want to talk about that right now, but it's one of my convictions. I can say with 100% certainty that Jesus Christ is real and has made my life definitely better. Like I said, it's just harder. Check on those deliveries again. No deliveries. So I guess it's a good time to shoot the breeze, as Hickok 45 says. So here I am shooting the breeze. My mind is pretty slow right now. I've got a whole bunch of health issues I've been trying to figure out for the past 2.5 years that are pretty mysterious, and it's autoimmune disease stuff, and it's a bunch of brain fog and fatigue, and so that'll be part of my story as I go, talking about that. Went to at least 5 different medical doctors, and none of them could tell me anything. All they wanted to do is give me medication for depression, which I actually didn't even bring up to them. I was just talking about brain fog and things like that, and let's get you on some depression medicine. I'm like, it's not why I'm here. I'm here for brain fog. And they kind of look at you like you're, an idiot, or you didn't say anything at all. It's like, it just goes over their head. And God bless all the doctors and nurses and everybody who goes into all the medical community stuff. I respect them to a degree. I've got to say, though, there's a lot of stuff that's just not right, that just like people pretend like they know everything, and they don't know everything. So, been trying to figure it out. Long story short, and I'll get into that story more in detail later on, but long story short, I took some supplements for killing candida called Candy Smart by Renew Life, and started feeling just this crazy brain fog. It literally felt like a concussion or something, and 24/7 for the past 2.5 years I've been in this state of mind where I feel like I'm in some sort of dream state. Like, I was terrified to drive for the first month or so, and it's coming from a car guy. I love driving, so for me to be terrified to drive, it's a big deal. But yeah, I get basically 8 hours of sleep every night, but it feels like I haven't slept for 48 hours all day long, and so it's kind of scary, but I just have to believe that God's going to get me through, and I'm not quitting. So hopefully this can encourage other people. I don't know if anyone's got similar issues, but man, it's a scary thing. You feel like your life's over. I'm only 30 years old, and I can't hardly function at all. I feel like I'm really only using 10 or 20% of my brain and my soul. So, but I believe I'm gonna find the answers, and now I get to share the ride with you guys. And so anyway, we'll see how it goes. Still no deliveries for me. I'm not sure if this DoorDash thing is going to pan out for me, but we'll see. It's something for now. It's kind of weird in this DoorDash. They don't give you any kind of heads up on how to do anything. They get your information, they do a background check, and then they say, okay, go deliver. I'm like, okay. So I just go out and hit the dash now, and one of them popped up, and within 2 or 3 seconds it disappeared. Apparently someone else got it, and that already went on my record as not taking all deliveries, which is pretty stupid, but I don't know. I guess I have to be grateful because I gotta admit the process of going through interviews and all that stuff is beyond stressful to me right now. I'm an introvert, and I like people, but I was an introvert before this health crisis came up. Now I'm a mega introvert. I don't know what it is, but everything is way more stressful than it used to be. And sitting down talking to someone about jobs and why I haven't worked for 2.5 years and all this stuff, it's kind of stressful. So, but again, gotta live, gotta survive. So, we're doing what we can. If I gotta get a job at the Goodwill, I'll do it. Gotta get something figured out soon, because this hotel I'm staying in is costing me over $1,200 a month. I was gonna get a month-to-month apartment here, local, but there's no apartment in town that'll take you in if you can't prove that you have an income 3 times what your rent is. And at the time I had the money to get through a few months, but I just didn't have an income. It's like, okay, if Donald Trump shows up here and if he doesn't have an income, he's just got $12 billion in savings, are you guys going to turn him down too, or what? Anyway, I don't mean to be so negative. That's something I'm working on. I'm being real with you guys, because life is a real place, and I don't think it's very helpful to make some fake story and polish everything up and make it sound all perfect. I mean, that's what Hollywood's been doing for the past 50 years, and I think that there are a lot of families that are crashing and burning because they look at these Hollywood stories and they're all fake. All this glitz and glamour of what it's supposed to be like a Hallmark movie. Life ain't like that. So, but things will pick up. Probably you guys got to know the downsides of my life, so that when things start getting better, you can actually appreciate the change, which is one of the big things about me. I don't like new cars because everything works. I like to get something, oh, the brakes don't work, I fixed it, oh wait, awesome, it feels so much better now. I like that, the feeling of the upgrade and improvement. It's just, I don't know, something about it is satisfying. So, I remember when I had this Honda Civic, and I'll probably tell more stories about that because it was a pretty neat car. It had a Integra engine in there with 200 horsepower and this tiny little hatchback that weighed 2,100 pounds. So 200 horsepower is a big deal in a light car. But anyways, the one of the bolts in the front of the seat it was gone. It wasn't attached, and I think it was rusted out. And the first thing I did was I attached a zip tie to hold it down for a little while. And because I was in a hurry, I was delivering pizzas and didn't have time for things, and that of course broke loose after a while, hard launching it and whatnot. But after driving around, it was a stick shift, so you got to kind of have a solid seat, moving your foot on the clutch and everything. But I would dump it and hit the gas, and I would fall backwards, and my foot would fall off the gas again because it would fall so far back. So after a few months, I ended up bolting it in and driving it with a bolt after driving it loose for so long was like, man, this feels like a Ferrari. This is nice. Good stuff. Upgrades. So anyway, my brain works a lot slower than it used to with this autoimmune stuff, but I believe it's going to get better. Trial and error. Tried a lot of different things. Spent a lot of money on supplements and diet changes and all kinds of stuff. Speaking of Honda, you hear that fart can? Wing! Wing! Nah, it sounds like crap. Sorry to the Honda fans. I think you can make a Honda sound good. That did not sound good, in my opinion. But I guess over the years I've learned to be a little more respectful of everyone else's, opinions and what they like. Because, I drive around this 90s Dodge truck, and probably half the country thinks I'm white trash or something, but I don't care. I love this thing. So, to each their own. I used to be a Honda owner, had multiple Hondas, had an Audi once. Doing the Dodge thing now. Had several Jeeps. I love the Jeeps. Kind of one of the cool things about owning this Dodge truck is pretty much everything is the same as on my Jeep Cherokees except for the engine, but everything else is like the suspension is basically the same setup, just a little more heavy duty, and a lot of different things. So it's kind of neat. And I know everybody's got their different opinions. The people who love Chevy trucks hate Dodges, and Ford hates the other two, and I don't really care. I like all vehicles for the most part, as long as it's quality, reliable for the most part. Every vehicle is going to have its issues. And what I like to do in my Dodge truck is, every vehicle is going to have, those different issues that people figure out, and I like to figure those things out and then make or find a aftermarket part that fixes whatever issue, so it becomes just more and more reliable. And, I turn my own wrench. Man, there's some crappy sounding exhaust out here today. It's really bad. People having some bean burritos or something. Anyway. Yeah, I like to upgrade things. There's no perfect car brand. They all got issues. Some of them have more issues than others. And I think if you can find a vehicle that doesn't have major engine or transmission issues, you can pretty much work around everything else. But that's my opinion. I'll get more into what this truck is exactly, all the details on it, but it's kind of a little more of an introduction of myself. Let me check on our deliveries again here. Oh, got deliveries, folks. Gotta shut you down. We'll talk to you later. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope everyone is doing well in these hard times. My thoughts and prayers go out to all of you. Thank you for support by viewing my channel. If you like where this is going, please like and subscribe and tell a friend about us. And remember, we keep trucking.